Thank you very much, Vice President. It's very good that you find the time to be with us today. You have said in your sentence that Europe is a global leader in AI. We have clever people, we have budget, we have values. But I agree with the three points that you have stated. However, there are some elements that prevent us, in my opinion, to be a real global leader, and I would like you to comment on that. And I will mention four. First, the skills. It's true that we have clever people, but probably we don't have enough specialists, engineers, and for the leadership that we are looking for. And one of the reasons we don't have enough women also in these areas. Second is infrastructures. We lack infrastructure, for example, in high-performance computing. Now I welcome the initiative of high-performance computing, GU, joint undertaking, but still not enough. The third is related with the culture of manufacture at large scale, and you just have mentioned that. And we hope that the Chips Act is going to be solved. However, is not clear for us the question of the budget that is said in the communication, where the budget comes from, because for us the budget is available is from Horizon Europe and the private budget. And last point that is worries, we have the tendency to have too much and too early regulation in terms of emerging technologies, and we cannot afford that will be not good for the development of AI if we regulate it too much and too early in this case. Thank you very much for your comments, Vice President.
Well, thank you very much. I think I said that we have what it takes to be a global leader, not that we are. And I would agree on some of your qualifications here. You're very right to say that we need more skilled people. We have set the goal for our digital decade to have 20 million digital experts by 2030. Today we have 8 million. If we do nothing, we would have 12 million. So the difference is 8 million. And they don't grow on trees. They come if we do something. And it's really important to do something. Also, as you say, to have a more diverse group of people with digital expertise. So we have started what we call a structured dialogue with member states. I have a full commissioners group with different approaches. Maria Gabriel on research and education, Nicolas Schmidt on labour markets, Gina's European way of life and security, and Thierry Breton, and we try to make sure that we have no silos in the work to encourage member states to do more. Because we think that it needs the attention from the absolute highest political level in all member states. I was a Minister of Education in the last millennium, so I think I can say this, that you cannot leave this just to Minister of Education. It needs much more, because you also need to inspire to say, no, we need also digital expertise within agriculture. Because also in there, you know, AI can be a tremendous thing. And only if you have that horizontal all-government approach can you actually push for more people to be interested to acquire the skills and the expertise needed. Second, we are in the process of building up the infrastructure. I think we will open the Finnish high-performance computer in June. So we are actually getting there. We have been slowed down a bit because of the problem with the chips shortage. That's also influencing this. But eventually we'll get there, and it will both be beneficial for businesses but also for research, so that the research community can use these amazing facilities in order to push, of course, what they do. I think we will, as said in the last answer to Madame Lopez, we will get there for large-scale manufacturing based on quite high national subsidies in order for these production facilities to be established. Last but not least, on the question of too much regulation, I think the AI Act is a good example of trying not to regulate the technology, but to focus on the use of technology. And we do not have regulation on blockchain. We do not have regulation on cryptocurrencies. There are really a lot of things where we try to have an approach where we need to learn before we can just think about regulating instead. And then when we go to regulation, then regulate as a matter of principle so that regulation is future-proof and give the necessary room for innovation in technologies where some of them we haven't seen that in full practice yet. For instance, quantum. Well, quantum computers exist, but they are definitely not something that we have in our home office. And the combination of quantum software and quantum hardware is also not fully developed, which I think is why it's just completely hands-off for regulation, but really, really interesting for investment, for research, for pushing forward, because here we see completely different scale when it comes to computing power.